Hello, everyone, and welcome to Angel Healing House. And welcome to Walk In Angel Ariel's weekly wisdom for this upcoming week of December 8th through December 14th, 2024. My name is Claire Candy Hoff, and my name is also Angel Ariel, as I had an angelic walk-in experience on January 11th of 2003, which I write about in my award-winning #1 Amazon international bestseller, I Am an Angelic Walk-In, the autobiography of Angel Ariel. I'd like to thank everyone who has liked and shared and subscribed, recommended my Claire Candy Hoff YouTube channel for its inspirational and motivational and informational messages. And also, I'd like to thank everyone who has made donations for my free content. And if you'd like to make a donation, I really do appreciate it, and my PayPal link is in the description box down below with all of my contact details. Now, here on Walk In Angel Ariel's Weekly Wisdom, we sometimes pull tarot cards, oracle cards, Lenormand cards, runes, but before we do any of that, we always look into the astrological heavens to see what planetary and celestial energies will be affecting us. And at the beginning of this week, we experienced a new moon in Sagittarius, and that was on December the 1st. And it was bringing in, as many new moons do bring in, unexpected blessings and miracles, helping many to achieve their deepest desires. And for some, this will mean shifting 10 years ahead in their timeline of their life, going beyond anything that they could possibly imagine. Now, what is helping to bring this on is that in this month of December, there's something very rare. We'll experience a very rare double new moon, and the next one is on December 30th, which means that good things are coming in, brought in by the magic of unlimited possibilities, and some will even experience miracles. This great omen is bringing in divine relationships and deep connections in romance, in business, good fortune, karmic rewards, financial wealth, abundance, and prosperity. Now, that all sounds really good for me, and it should sound very good to you too. Wrap all of this in a Christmas stocking filled with unexpected, amazing events due to divine intervention. Now, on December the 6th, we had Mars retrograde, which will remain retrograde till February 23rd, 2025. When Mars is direct, it's all about ambition and fire and action and determination. But when it goes retrograde, it slows down ambition and it slows down action. Now, this is even more felt now because we are in a Mercury retrograde. When it's retrograde, it encourages us to revisit past creative projects, putting our time into research, revision, and strategic planning. Remember that in the fifth dimension and higher, there is no more pushing. There's no more forcing and controlling things to happen. It's just not there anymore, as those things that are meant for us will happen with ease and grace. The more we can practice allowance and authenticity, then we are in the receiving mode at the right time, in the right place, to receive what is divinely ours. Really, really important to remember. It's difficult if you are a zodiac sign that wants to push and wants to make things happen, for instance, like a Virgo or like a Capricorn, that is so results driven, and they might have a hard time letting things come to them. But this is a time of reflection. It's truly not a time of action. And believe it or not, by not pushing things to happen, It works best in our favor in realigning our goals, like a Mercury retrograde, when things slow down and we try to get something new done, and it's like pushing molasses across a flat surface, and it's just almost impossible. We need to realign our goals, revisit those creative projects that we have already started. This Mars retrograde works in our favor because it gets to deeply reflect on what our heart truly desires. Now, tomorrow, on December the 8th, we have Neptune going direct in Pisces. While many associate Neptune with illusion, Neptune is actually here to infuse us with a sense of possibility, of vision, something that leads us to places, events, and connections that we have never experienced before. Being in the watery sign of Pisces, the siren of the sea is calling out to us to dive deep into the oceans of our hearts, our long-forgotten desires, and it's inviting us to explore, bringing them to the surface, to make them a reality. Remember that we are in the magical energies of December with its rare 2 new moons, making the impossible, in many cases, possible. Next, coming up, we have a portal. We have the December 12th, 12/12 portal, and 12 is a powerful number of completion. Completions only happen when we're finally truthful enough to see the whole or bigger picture of the why things occurred. Now, on this day, we have a very potent day to transform relationships with people. There is so much about December that is about karmic endings. Let me see. It reminds us to make ourselves even better and improve our connections with others. And when we do this, we actually strengthen our connection to our higher selves. In this way, the power of this number sequence can get us out of our comfort zones and give us a not so gentle nudge to start over again. By really leaning into these 12/12 energies, it can give us the courage and perhaps the bravery that we need to set things right and wish people well, no matter what. Mercury also stations direct on this day, and allowing our minds to move into new clarity. And as I say all the time, when Mercury does move forward, it doesn't go whoop and just starts to move forward. It takes a good week to 10 days to 2 weeks to get out of its shadow phase, but it does start to move forward. Mercury also, so pay attention to what messages are coming your way at this time, as they are likely divinely inspired. Now, the posse of angels wish to remind us all that this latest massive wave of light that many have contended with this past week, it has brought on physical symptoms. And remember to always consult your doctor if you have physical symptoms. But part of the ascension process is those physical symptoms that can cause vertigo. It can cause headaches. It can cause ringing in the ear. Now, so can tinnitus, but a lot of these ascension symptoms mirror, physical symptoms. So hydrate as much as you can. I know it's freezing, especially here on the East Coast. It's freezing. But maybe perhaps rug up for a few minutes and go out and stamp your feet on the ground to ground yourself. Go hug a tree, talk to a squirrel. They're very knowledgeable. Do all of those things. But we've had a massive, massive uploading, downloading, if you want to call it, of light waves this week. It's enforcing, and for others, it's forcing us to embrace these waves of cosmic light energy to take us to the next level, the next part of our soul's plan. Whether we like it or not, if we are to remain on this planet as it evolves into higher levels of light, then we must become fully authentic. We must become fully transparent. There no longer exists any pretenses, no more hidden or deceptive agendas. And quite frankly, haven't we had enough with deceptive agendas? Their advice, the Posse of Angels, is to focus only on the now, what's coming into form for the next part of your journey. Remember, don't push. Remember, don't force. Don't try to control it, but be observant and aware as to what comes into your reality. Remember that you cannot take anyone with you. You're not here to change anybody's mind. You're only here to be that example. So you cannot take anyone with you that does not want to leave the comfort and the complacency of their former lives in order to fulfill their soul's calling. Just like you, they have free will. Bless them wherever they are along their journey, and again, wish them well. All of this is being orchestrated by our soul's higher self. Our new jobs, our new careers, our new relationships must all be aligned with these higher dimensional energies. Now, with this massive influx of higher frequencies being anchored into the planet now, this last month of December will see a huge amount of karmic debt being cleansed and brought back into truth and justice, both individually and and collectively. Every time that we were taken advantage of, every time that we were abused, or that we took advantage of someone else or abused someone else, is now due to be cleared and reversed. My angelic family, the Posse of Angels, wish for all of us to know that because of this clearing of the slate, many of us will now be receiving blessings, rewards, and breakthroughs from the universe that will be unexpected, with situations turning around and, of course, as I said, breakthroughs. And I'm hearing the Posse of Angels saying, even miracles. There are many ritual clearings that one can invoke for karmic clearings, but this is a particular favorite of mine. You could say, and you could perform a ritual by quieting yourself. You could light a candle. You can call in your angelic help. But this is the decree. In the name of God, Source Creator, I ask that you and the angels work for my highest good to help me in removing any and all negative karma from this or any other lifetime in any space, time, or dimension. I now forgive myself and anyone, anywhere, that has ever wronged or hurt me, manipulated, deceived, or betrayed me. I ask for forgiveness from the higher selves of anyone in any space, time, and dimension that I have ever wronged or hurt, deceived, manipulated, and betrayed. And I do all of this in love, in light, and I give gratitude and appreciation and thanks for the lessons that they taught me. I now cut cords or ties that bind me to and from anyone, anywhere, anytime, any place, anything or events from this lifetime or any previous lives, any limiting, self-defeating thought patterns, blocks, past life vows, anything between myself and any oaths or bonds or decree or commands that I uttered, aligned between myself and the dark forces, universes, and dimensions. And I remove any karmic debts that are not in my highest good now. And it is so, and it is so, and it is so. Amen. Now, once we do this, we can easily and gracefully step forward into living from our divine, eternal natures. You know, for the past 21 years, since I Angel Ariel stepped into Claire Candy's body. She exited. My angelic family, the posse of angels, have been helping people to remember their divine, eternal natures. For it's by stepping into our divinity, not tied to any karmic debts, oaths, bonds, commands, any of that, that we reclaim our divine birthright and our inheritance. Many of us have had to wait until we reconnected with the divine within ourselves in order to receive these divine blessings. All we need to do is to trust and be grounded in our hearts and to stand tall in our sovereignty as co-creators with Spirit as we become masters of our reality. The posse of angels is reminding us to be careful with our thoughts as things are manifesting immediately. They are also sharing for us to remain aligned with our highest vision and purpose, and do make sure that we are not limiting ourselves. This is the time of miracles happening, and what better time than in the season of miracles, when the impossible becomes possible. Now, there is a word of warning here. Do not allow yourself to be affected and discouraged by people who are not in their divine potential as they watch you step into miracles, as you move forward with ease and grace. For they might be very envious and they may be uncomfortable with your victories and your success. And it might disturb them how unaffected you are by chaos and drama and politics and government and social media, etc. But all we are focused on is our soul's mission. We're focused on our joy, our gratitude, abundance, harmony, and newly restored playfulness. Excuse me, as we co-create with Spirit for our greatest good and the greatest good of all concerned. Now, to start the reading today, the posse of angels and I have picked 2 cards to set the tone for this overall reading. And the first card, and the cards are, the first card is Milk and Honey. Love this card with the beautiful rainbow in it. It's 51, it's a number 6, which is restoring balance and harmony and joy after the rocky road of the number 5 with its challenges and changes. And the other one is the Fates, number 17. And the number 17 is the star card in tarot, which is all about being in the spotlight, wishes coming true, and healing. And the Fates card is all about our karma. And the posse of angels have a lot to say about karma today. What auspicious cards. The Milk and Honey card is all about the sweet taste of prosperity and abundance, with many entering a time when all our needs will be met, as we experience a time of great nourishment in every form. Now, when we combine that with the Fates card, it becomes even more important, as this prosperity is the result of karmic, fated, destined way for this abundance to come to us. Many will enter a time of finding their true north, their next and highest form of light service to step into our world, and as it transforms into the new era of light here on planet Earth. With this being a fated time of abundance and wealth, the posse of angels is saying that everyone will have the opportunity to seize this fated path and embrace their destiny. Whether or not you grasp this when it's presented all depends on your free will. But they are saying for those who seize it, you will be stepping into being an emissary for the new world. It may be a position of authority, it may be a leadership position with more responsibility. It may involve a move overseas. It may involve learning some new skills, but it will open one to the fulfillment of one's dreams in unexpected and miraculous ways. Posse of Angels is adding one more thing. By surrendering to this offer, or opportunity. As long as your intuition tells you to say yes, your life will indeed flourish, and it will never be the same again. So, I love those two cards that kind of set the theme for the other cards coming up. Then they directed me to this lovely deck, the Woodland Wardens, Messages from the Animals. And these were the cards that jumped out of the deck. First card that came out, I think I have these in the wrong order. This was the order that they came out in. The Moth and the Eucalyptus. Now, like the Death card in Tarot, the Moth and the Eucalyptus, being a number 13, it appears now for a very, very good reason. It tells us that an ending is imminent, and that ending is on those karmic debts, or that karmic cycle, if you will. It could be the ending of relationships, of a job, a career, where we live, or what we believe about what is possible in our lives, especially if we put limitations on what we can do and what we can be and what we can have. The eucalyptus is a symbol of protection, and it's used in many alternative treatments. As we go through this ending, the Posse of Angels is reminding all of us that we are protected by Spirit, and that every ending heralds a new beginning coming in. That's one thing that I absolutely adore about Mercury retrograde. People don't like it because there's a possibility of technology going haywire, miscommunication, travel plans going wonky, and they're not supposed to sign contracts, all of these things. But one thing I do love about it, it means that something new is coming in when Mercury starts to go forward. By celebrating your new life now, regardless of what is or what is not happening, our alchemical natures are creating a future that is most in alignment with our greatest service and our highest path to step onto. So I love that the Moth came out first, because that is confirmation that we are moving on. The next card that is coming out is the Hare and the Oak, with its message. Oh, it's a number 3. You can see that Roman numeral 3 at the top. And number 3 is the number of creation and miracles. The Hare is the symbol of new opportunities. A celebration of good fortune is in order now. Once again, the card tells us, start celebrating your new life, because with your alchemical nature, you are creating your reality. So by celebrating your new life, you start the alchemy happening. And I love that this hare also is surrounded by the oak. The hare is the symbol of fertility, the birth of spring, resurrection, luck, and abundance. The oak tree is a sacred symbol. It's a sacred tree. It's often referred to as the tree of life. Both of these symbols are about the renewal of creating a fortunate, abundant, sacred life now. Okay, so our next card is this one, and it's number 20. It's the caiman, alligator, and the poppy, and it's all about our dreams. Remember, I spoke about Neptune, the planet of illusion, going forward, which is all about us delving deeper into our dreams. The ending of a cycle is announcing a new beginning and sharing that a dream of ours is coming true. The caiman spends much of its time in suspended animation. Have you ever seen an alligator just waiting, motionless? Like the deep sleep it induces itself into and suspended animation, so that he'll be ready and observant when things come to him. Again, there's no pushing and there's no forcing anything to happen. The deep sleep that is induced by the puppy flower is staying in that suspended animation of knowing deep down that the fulfillment of your wishes is coming, and that those opportunities, when they come along, we will pounce on them and take action to take advantage of the good fortune that is coming in for us. So all this is this deep knowing that the fulfillment of our intentions, our goals and dreams are being worked on to come to us. May not be in the expected, maybe in the unexpected way that we ever thought that it would come in, but it is coming. And the last card that is coming out for us is the owl and the hop. And this is all about our wisdom. These are the symbols of both spiritual and intellectual fulfillment that have been learned and etched on our souls many times. And those lessons come in through hardship and adversity and through challenges a lot of the time. The hop plant is a very impressive plant. It can climb up to 20 feet in a climbing season. Like the hop plant, you have come to an end of a very long journey of climbing. Do take time during this Mercury retrograde to revisit the past and reflect and relish on your achievements, giving yourself credit for all of your tenacity and the wisdom that you have garnered. Now, the posse of angels want to add here, they want to congratulate each and every one of you for surviving Pluto in Capricorn in the last 17 years since 2008. Now, some might say that they never signed up for what happened to them over the last 17 years. But in all cases, it was exactly what your soul needed. The surfacing of these experiences forced us to confront our fears and traumas that were so deeply hidden. And now they came to the surface so that we could acknowledge them, face them in order to finally find closure on them. Yes, in many cases we were stripped down to our core to find our true, authentic selves, which helped us to break ancestral and generational karmic cycles of replaying negativity, regret, resentment, anger, bitterness, judgment, criticism, defensiveness, all of these things. And we were the ones that broke those ancestral line. The posse of angels wish for us to celebrate. Again, celebrate our achievements. Take a few moments to give yourself a huge, huge pat on the back and infinite credit for all that you have been through. Beautiful, beautiful cards. Let's go to my tarot deck, the Angel Healing House tarot deck. See what other messages come in for us. And if you are interested in seeing if there is anything that is still in your ancestral line that needs to be brought back into closure and finalized through unconditional love and forgiveness, compassion, kindness, and generosity, all of those things, so that you can be clear enough to receive your rewards as we close out 2024 and go into 2025. My emotional code sessions are absolutely transformative for that, where we go in and work with your higher self that tells us where these emotional negative blocks are hiding, and that one fell on the floor, are hiding, and in order for us to address them, in order for us to release them, and then to release them in unconditional love and forgiveness. The card that just came out and flopped on the floor was the death card, which is the transformation card. Yes, it's the death of those karmic cycles. And if you'd like some help in clearing out your ancestral and generational lines, please do go to my website and look up those beautiful testimonials on my emotion code sessions with my clients. Okay. All right. Let's see what that transformation, that death card has in store for us, because that couldn't wait to just flop out. Okay, there and there. There we go. First card that's coming out for us. Unexpected things coming in. Unexpected surprises like a fish jumping out of a golden goblet. Now, they're pointing my attention in the direction of that boat and the waves of bringing in information for us. There are so many in the as the numbers of awakened people increase on the planet, and their enlightenment causes them to raise their consciousness and the fulfillment of their dreams. But in many cases, it's not going to be in the way that you expect. So be open to see the signs and the messages and the way that Spirit wants you to answer the call when the opportunity or the offer comes in. This is something very unexpected with the Page of Cups. Next card comes in. It's the breakthrough. It's the breakthrough with the Ace of Swords that we have been waiting for. I guess also with the one being a new beginning, many of us will be getting this communication, emails, telephone, all of these things. They're coming in because we've had the courage and the bravery to leave our former lives, is to close out anything that wasn't in the highest alignment with who we have become now. And as we go into the fifth dimension and higher, everything must be in resonance. Everything must be in alignment. And much of what we experienced in our former lives was created when our vibrational frequency was not as high as it is now. So the breakthroughs lead to celebration. That's what the Posse of Angels kept saying over and over and over again. Celebrate your life. Celebrate that number. That's another number 3, and that number 3 was the hare that came in. So we've got two threes there. And yes, the number 3 is also a soulmate card in which your soul family comes in, and there's a being reunited with our soul family, who we are most like in energetic signature. And it is just a level of comfort there that is so delicious, I guess. You know, we're working on the same page. We don't have to explain ourselves, and we do feel most comfortable with them. So I love that the celebration card came out there. So we have unexpected things coming in to provide us with that breakthrough, that new knowledge, with that new information that's coming in. And things slow down in a Mercury retrograde in the first half, but during the second half, it kind of eases up. And as we're going to this last week of this Mercury retrograde, things have a tendency then to start opening up. So many people could start to see more communication, or communication coming in that has gone quiet in the last couple of weeks. Next card is coming. Oh my gosh! Next card is coming out is another celebration card. We have 2 celebration cards here. Yes, the 3 of Cups is a card of soulmates and reunions and these wonderful feeling of family. celebration. But the Four of Wands is the 1111 card. It's that divine, higher dimensional balance, where everything divinely balances out. The four is the number of a stronger foundation, of security, of safety, of all of those things, which brings our life into balance. It's also the card for marriage. Um, Marriage doesn't have to be romantic. It could be marriage of minds, coming up with creative ideas. Could be business partnerships, all of these things. But this, with the doves at the top, are divinely ordered. And it's a celebration for our hard work, for all of our efforts that we have diligently put in. So I love that we have two celebration cards coming out in a row. Next card we have is the beautiful Empress. Okay, this is a card of, it's another three. Oh my gosh. So we have three with the hair. We have three threes. Three, three, three. We are on the right path. The abundance is, the Empress is pregnant with possibilities here. And the harvest, the wheat, shows us those blessings will be coming in. And the Empress really, truly is the most abundant card in the deck. Next, we have the Six of Wands. This is the victory card. This is triumphant. Give yourself credit for all you've been through in the last 17 years, because we have done what no generation has done before. We have provided the light, each and every one of us, to get us over, to thwart, if you will, that darkness, or shine a light on the dark, so that the light will have a chance to shine ever so brightly on our planet. The Six of Wands, it could be about promotions at your job. It could be about new victories, new rewards. All of these things could be about recognition. You being recognized for your creative efforts and the things that you do. So just give yourself credit for all that you've been through. And lastly, we have a new beginning. We have a zero. We have come full circle with that karmic cycle that we've been on. We're closing that out, and now we're starting all over again. But as I tell my tarot students, we're not starting over. Starting over is not bad, because we're starting with all of this knowledge and insights and experiences and wisdom that we garnered along the way, because we now know nothing is hard or difficult anymore, because we're being led. We're being led by the Holy Spirit. There is the dove. There's that white trusting dog, that we are never alone on our path, and we are co-creating that with our alchemical natures now, because we're clear of all that karmic gunk that we had to transcend all along the way with unconditional love and forgiveness and compassion. And we're starting a new journey. And how do we know? Well, the death card just flew out of the deck and said, hang on to your keister, because things are going to change rapidly. Let's go to enter or exit some divine doors, but hopefully they'll be about entering them, and see what comes out for us. Okay, let's see what the posse of angels would like us to take note of. Which doors? One. Okay, just trying to help them not fall on the floor. Ooh, okay, all right, I'm going to take those two. I think we got this last week. Okay, first card that's coming out for you is this lovely card. And it's sunset. Time here turns to release and unfurl. Old cords of pain fade as the sun's light burns. Well, this is all about the karmic cycles coming to an end, to release and unfurl old cords of pain fading. And if you want to re-listen, review this, to go through that cord cutting of any old ties, any bonds, any oaths that you might have taken, to lovingly release yourself from that, to anything that anybody's ever done to you or anything that you've done to anyone. And that's the sunset card. The sun is setting on that part of our journey as we're opening to a new one. This is the next card that came out. Morning Memory. Its healing gift runs a destined course. The morning dawn, our inspired source. So I think this is really, really quite beautiful, because we have the sun setting here, and we have making new morning memories here. The morning dawn, our inspired source. So look to yourself alchemically creating with spirit your new reality. And that brings us to number 3. Look at the star on that door. And it's the art of life. There's no sacred light in the aura of an invisible life. Be bold in your skin. Let your love dance in sight for everyone to see. And that card, it's the art of life, is about being authentic, is about being open and honest and transparent, because then people can readily see the light inside of you. I hope all that's been helpful. If you're interested in any of my services, emotion code session where we banish the negativity held deep within us from our generational and ancestral line, even those things that we don't know we're carrying. My wonderful intuitive angel tarot card readings, Reiki healings are that can be done and sent to any place in the universe. And of course, that intuitive counseling, where you get to hear directly those individualized messages from the posse of angels and myself. Do go to my website, which is angelhealinghouse.com. That number is 831-277-3716. That's Eastern Standard Time here in the States, and all that information is in the description box down below. Go out, everyone, and fashion an absolutely beautiful life for yourself. Remember that Walk-In Angel Ariel's Weekly Wisdom airs every week, every weekend, and I try to be very punctual and get it out on Saturdays for you to have for you to have the updated information of where we are in the astrological and also the ascension symptoms as we are entering a new era of light here on planet Earth. I'm wishing you love and, as always, angel blessings. And I do look so forward to speaking with you again. Take care, everyone. Bye.